Hello and welcome to Invest to the Moon. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the recent events that have been affecting the market on week 21, 2023. The first event I want to talk about is Nvidia's earnings surprise. Nvidia reported its first quarter earnings on May 24th, and they blew away analysts' expectations. Nvidia's strong performance was driven by its AI segments. Data center revenue was boosted by the adoption of Nvidia's Ampere architecture, which powers AI applications in cloud computing and supercomputing. Nvidia's earnings surprise lifted up the stock market, especially the semiconductor sector. Nvidia's stock price jumped 24% on May 24th and also helped boost other chip stocks, such as AMD, Intel, Qualcomm, and Micron. Nvidia's earnings surprise is good news for investors who are bullish on the semiconductor industry and its growth potential. The second event I want to talk about is the U.S. inflation report. The PCE price index reflects changes in the prices of goods and services purchased by consumers in the United States. The PCE price index rose 4.7% year-over-year in April. The PCE price index also rose 0.4% month-over-month in April. The rise in the PCE price index still showed the sticky inflation, which provided room for the Fed to raise interest rates at the June FOMC meeting. The third event I want to talk about is the U.S. jobless claims report. Jobless claims are an indicator of the health of the labor market and the economy. The U.S. Department of Labor released its weekly jobless claims report on May 25, which showed that 229,000 Americans filed for unemployment benefits for the week ended May 20. This was an increase of 4,000 from the previous week's revised level of 225,000. This was also lower than the consensus estimate of 250,000. The jobless claims report showed that the labor market is defying recession fears and improving steadily. The fourth event I want to talk about is the Tesla and Ford partnership on charging stations. Tesla and Ford are two of the leading automakers. Tesla and Ford have been rivals in the EV market, competing for customers and market share. However, on May 26, Tesla and Ford announced a surprising partnership that has generated strong opinions from all corners of the automotive world. Ford EV owners will gain access to around 12,000 Tesla supercharger stations in the U.S., starting from January 2024. Tesla superchargers are fast charging stations that can charge an EV battery in minutes, rather than hours. Tesla has built a network of over 25,000 superchargers worldwide, making it one of the largest and most convenient charging networks for EV drivers. Tesla superchargers have been exclusive to Tesla vehicles, giving them an edge over other EVs. The fifth and final event I want to talk about is the debt ceiling negotiations. The U.S. government can reach its debt ceiling of $31.4 trillion on June 5, 2023. Over the past month, President Joe Biden and Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy reached an agreement in principle regarding the issue of raising the federal government debt ceiling, which caused the U.S. national debt default crisis. President Biden and Chairman McCarthy agreed on the night of the 27th to limit federal government spending instead of raising the federal debt ceiling, the White House said. Instead of raising the debt ceiling, which currently stands at $31.4 trillion, by January 2025, it decided to cap the 2024-25 budget increase. Accordingly, it was agreed that discretionary spending in the non-defense sector would be frozen for 1 year at the 2023 level and increased by about 1% in 2025. However, with hardliners from both parties already protesting over this basic agreement, it is not easy to conclude whether it will pass in the National Assembly. This concludes the weekly market events. Thank you for watching and happy investing.